Hello bookish friends in the internet, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading, and I am very excited because I am going to be bulk filming a lot of videos for you guys today. So you might see this blue top and a lot of videos from me because I'm literally so behind. Today's video is going to be my July, let me get my letterboard, my July book haul. I am very excited. We are going to discuss my July book haul, so I'm going to put this in the back on here with my shelf. I just love how this looks in the background of my video, but I'm also going to cover up my Drew's library sign by putting this here. Anyways, I am here with my book haul. Usually I talk about my current reads, and I will be doing that because one of them is actually in this book haul. So let me grab it. So the first book I'm currently reading, I'm a mess in this room today, sorry. The first book I'm currently reading, I'm actually rereading it. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Sydney, and I am really loving it. I'm on page 250 of this book. Sorry, Sydney, I know it's not quite a buddy read, but that's just how me and her do our buddy reads. We read it at our own pace, and then at the end we'll discuss about it over FaceTime or just over text messages. But I am almost finished with my reread of House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. I'm currently reading this as a reread, like I just said, and I'm really loving it the second time around. It's even more creepier than I remembered it to be. And there's a love triangle in here that I'm really loving as well. And if I'm not mistaken, this is Erin's first book that she ever wrote, so I can definitely tell it's her debut novel, but like in a good way, you know. I'm really loving all the characters. I'm loving getting to know the characters again. I remember why I love the main character so much. It's because she's a reader herself. But yeah, I'm so close to finishing this today, so you might see this in my August wrap-up. So I have literally that much left to read today. I'm on chapter 25, as you can see from my bookmark falling out. Let me actually grab that way I don't lose my page. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. The reason why I am rereading this one is because A, I wanted to, and B, Sydney and I wanted to read the sequel, which is House of Roots and Ruins, which I've already featured here on my channel. I have my library copy due August 19th, so that's literally next Monday, I think, or something like that, as I'm filming this. I'm filming this on Tuesday, August 8th, and you guys will be seeing this on Friday. So happy Friday to everyone who's watching. But yeah, I'm really enjoying being back in this world. I am loving it so far. I think this might go up from a 4 stars to a 5 stars. We'll see how the ending goes, if I remember the ending. But yeah, on to my next book. So the next one I am also currently reading, but I'm reading this for the first time, and I'm absolutely loving it. Sorry, my neck has been like sore from karate, even though I did nothing in karate except forms. Anyways, so I'm still currently reading One of Us is Back by Karen M. McManus. This is the third and final book of the One of Us is Lying trilogy. I absolutely love the first 2 books. They are both 5-star reads. I have no doubt that this is going to be a 5-star read for me as well. I'm featuring this one in House of Salt and Sorrow in a weekly vlog that I'm currently making for you guys right now. I'm currently on page 90 out of 300, I think. Yeah, 357. So I'm not halfway through, but I'm still slowly making progress. I'm physically reading this because that's how I did it for the first 2 books. I physically read the first 2 books, and like I said, I absolutely loved it. Again, I love being back in this world, meaning the characters, some new, some old, and some that aren't there anymore. If you don't know what One of Us is Lying is about, One of Us is Lying is very popular YA mystery thriller here on BookTube, and it's about these 4 to 6 kids that was in detention, and at the end of the day of detention, one of them dies, and it's a mystery to solve who killed that one person. I'm not going to say the one person's name in case it is a spoiler, even though I think it's on the dust jacket of the first book. But it's such a fun mystery thriller ride. And I'm really sad to say goodbye to this trilogy because I keep saying, I absolutely loved the first 2 books. So I'm slowly taking my time because of that. Also, can I show off this cute new bookmark I got from Barnes & Noble? So it says wild about reading. I almost got another one that's kind of similar to this, but when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is so me. So yeah, I also bought this at Barnes & Noble. I'll have my July travel vlog up above or down below, because I bought this and 4 other books from Barnes & Noble, but I'll show them later on in the haul. Let's jump into my July book haul, why don't we? So the first book, I didn't buy this first book. My mom actually bought it for me because I won my demo team competition that we did, and we got first place. And so she rewarded me with buying Happy Place by Emily Henry. She said, if there's one book on your wish list that you really want right now, what would it be? And at the time, I really wanted Happy Place by Emily Henry. Very excited to have this in my possession. I loved People We Meet on Vacation, and I also love Beach Read. I haven't read Book Lovers yet. I don't know why I haven't, and my hair is not listening to me today. I don't know why I haven't read Book Lovers. I know I'm gonna love it just because of the title and also because I love Emily Henry, but I think my mood is just wanting to read her newest one before reading her backlist title. I don't know too much about this one. I think there's like fake dating in here, there's second chance romance, and yeah, this was a book I wanted at the time, and my mom bought it for me. So thank you, Mom, for buying me this book, and hopefully I'll read it this month because I have it on my August TBR. The next 2 books I'm going to show at the same time because they were my July Book of the Month picks, and I was really happy with Book of the Month lately, with the only exception being in June, which was my birthday month, and there wasn't any great picks in June, and so I had to skip June, sadly. But in July, they made up for it, so I got 2 books. I got Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. This is the first book in a new adult fantasy trilogy by this author. I really loved everything I read by Chloe Gong. I think I read all of her books except this newest one and Foul Heart Huntsman, which comes out next month. I'm so excited for that sequel. You have no clue. Anyways, this is another Shakespeare retelling, and I am scared for this because I've been hearing mixed reviews, more good than bad. But this says, best-selling YA author Chloe Gong's adult epic fantasy debut, inspired by Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. Oh my god, I knew how to say it before coming on camera. Cleo. I'm gonna say Cleo because that's easier for me. Antony's and Cleo's is a fiery collision. Oh my god. Is a fury collision of power plays, spilled blood, and romance aimed at a set of deadly games. Gosh, that was so hard to read the synopsis, even though I read it multiple times in my head. But yeah, I have a feeling this will be a 5-star read for me. Chloe Gong is an auto-buy author for me. I already pre-ordered Foul Heart's Huntsman, so that will be coming to me next month, and I cannot wait. I have this on my August TBR as well, so again, hopefully I'll get to this one, and hopefully I'll love it like everybody else has been loving it. Speaking of a book that everybody has been loving, but also there's some negative reviews, which happens with every book, but that is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is Riley Sager's newest book, and again, Riley Sager is an auto-buy author for me. I fell in love with his writing when I read Home Before Dark. I physically read that, and I read it during a camping trip I did a few years ago and absolutely loved it. I'm not going on a camping trip anytime soon. I should have brought this one with me when I went camping last week because it would have been like the perfect setting again. I don't know too much about this. I know this was a book club pick for Gabby and Lala from Gabby Reads and Books and Lala. But I don't really know too much about this one. I think, I'm not too sure. Sydney, let me know if you still want to buddy read this. I'm always down for a buddy read. Again, also on my August TBR, because in my August TBR, I included my reading challenges that I had last year, but I stepped up the game by adding like even harder challenges. And this one was not a hard challenge, but this one was to read an adult thriller. And when that prompt came up, I was like, oh, I instantly know what book I wanted to read for that prompt. So again, if I don't get to this in August, hopefully I'll get to it in September. The next book, I bought this when I had a $50 Amazon gift card. I'm actually going to show my other my other two books that I got during that order. So the first one that I have here, I thought this was her debut adult fantasy novel, but it's actually a romance novel, which I was not expecting. But that is the Enchanted Hacienda by J.C. Cravance. I absolutely love J.C. Cravance writing. I fell in love with her writing when she debuted with the Stormrunner trilogy, which is a middle grade series, but I overall love her writing. I'm a huge fan of J.C. Cravance, and I think this is a adult standalone novel as well. If there is a sequel, future me will let you guys know down in the description. Again, another book I have on my Readathon TBR. I'll leave my Readathon TBR up above. I have a feeling I'll get to this one because it's A, so short, and B, I have the audiobook from my Libby account right now. So after finishing House of Salt and Sorrow, which is my current audiobook, I might pick this one up because I'm going to definitely need a lighter read after finishing House of Salt and Sorrow. But yeah, this one came out back in May, and it's just been one that I had my eye on for quite a while, and I'm happy that I got it with my $50 gift card. And yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait to meet new characters, to dive into a new world, and again, hopefully I'll love this. I mean, I hope I love it because I bought it. This next one I have read. This will be a reread for me. I don't think I'm going to reread this until like October though, just because that's book 3 comes out in November. But if I read book 1 in October and then book 2 in November and then book 3 in December, I'll wrap up the series. And I don't want the series to end. But that is the Daughter of the Pirate King trilogy by Teresa Levasseur. You guys know I absolutely love Teresa Levasseur, and this is a beautiful new edition that they just released with the follow-up novel Vengeance of the Pirate King, or excuse me, Vengeance of the Pirate Queen. I definitely want to get the matching hardcover of Daughter of the Siren Queen so it can match the rest of the trilogy, but they're now releasing them with these covers instead of the original covers. But can we talk about the stenciled edges? And there's a ribbon bookmark in here too. Like, what? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I definitely need book 2 because, like I said, book 2 has the sprayed edges, and they also have stencil what was that accent? They have stencil edges as well as book 3 does too. So I cannot wait to binge read or reread the first 2 books and then read the 3rd book finally, because it comes out in November. The next book is also on my August TBR, and that is Going Bi-Coastal by Delilah Alder. I'm so excited to read this. I love Delilah Alder's writing as well. This haul is literally just authors of new books that I just love reading from. I realized that while filming this video. This is a YA contemporary novel that is a standalone novel as well, and I've read books by this author already, and I absolutely loved all of her works. I cannot wait to get to this one. It feels like a fun summer read. and I just can't wait to get it. My TBR jar, which spoiler alert, I am getting rid of my TBR jar, not because I don't love it, because I do, but I found that I can use my book sleeve. So inside this book sleeve is 333 books unread. So every single month I'm going to start picking 5 books out of here. That way I can get my TBR down by the end of December, and hopefully I won't have anything in this bag by December. But yeah, in the month of August, this is my TBR jar pick, so hopefully I'll get to it. Again, I have the audiobook checked out from Libby currently, so I just need to get to reading. The next 2 books I'm showing at the same time as well. These were the June pick for Rainbow Crate, so if you well, I shouldn't say this because it's already past June. My Rainbow Crate was late for the month of June. It came early July, and I really enjoyed the box. These 2 books I have not heard of at all before getting them, but they both sound interesting. So the main pick was The First Bright Thing by J.R. Dawson. Yeah. This is her debut novel, and I really cannot wait to read this. This sounds super fun. It says, when I was writing The First Bright Thing, the feeling of belonging bubbled to the surface and helped paint in a world where the misfits were magic, family was found, and there was safety and solace in sacred spaces of storytelling. I wanted to write a note to all the people who visited books like I always have, saying, you are not alone, you have a spark all on your own. As someone who is queer and Jewish in the Midwest, their spaces of belonging and empowerment have always been cherished. And so I built a space inside this book, Wendy Van Houten's Circus of Fantasticals. As the circus traveled through space and time to find people who need them, the Ringmaster and her family tailor their magic and performances to inspire, heal, and comfort. But while the circus is for everyone, the Ringmaster hits very close to home for me. So that's just like a little brief summary from the author letter. I'm not going to read the whole thing. If you guys want to read the whole thing, go ahead and hold. It sounds really good, and I actually been seeing this going around on Book Talk here lately, because the cover, this is Rainbow Crate's exclusive cover that they have, and then this is what the original cover looks like. So if you don't like Rainbow Crate's cover, you can take it off. I always keep mine on just because I think this is so cool that they did a different cover. And then it also comes with a signed book plate, and I love that because I love collecting signed copies. So yeah, very excited for this one. I had never heard of it before I got it, but I can't wait. It sounds fun. If you love Caraval, I think you're gonna love this. The next book I have is Prince of the Sorrows by Kellen Graves. This is book 1 in the Ronin Blood series. I'm not too sure how long the series is, but this is the cover of the book. This one is the indie pick of the month for June, and again, since it's indie, I never heard of it before, but I actually saw someone on Instagram, look at the stencil edges. I saw someone on Instagram talk about this book, and they said they really loved it, and they're dying for book 2. So yeah, this is the end pages for the indie book. My only complaint about Rainbow Crate is how they do like all this fancy edges, like the fancy sprayed edges and the artwork. I would rather have artwork and sprayed edges on their monthly pick instead of just having a reversible jacket, because honestly I could just buy their main pick from bookstores. But it is cool that they do a reverse jacket for the main pick. I just wish they did more specialness to it, if that makes sense. The front of this one says a collection of old Elvish myths, Alfred's most beloved myth and legends, and then that's the spine of the book, and then the back of the book. And like I said, there's this beautiful artwork in the back, and it's the same artwork on the front. And this also came with a signed book plate. So that's really cool. I don't know when I'll get to this one, to be honest, because sometimes I don't really read my indie books, even though I should, because I do have a list from Rainbow Crate now. But hopefully I'll get around to this. This feels like a good fall read, so hopefully this can get into one of my fall reading TBRs. We'll see. The next book I have is one of my pre-orders I made. I pre-ordered this because this is my August book club pick for Queer Reads. If you do not know by now, I have a book club called Queer Reads that I host over on Instagram. We have a group chat. We have an Instagram account, which I'll leave down below. But our August pick for the month is A Song of Salvation by Alicia Dow. This is Alicia Dow's third novel, and it's a sci-fi mixed with a little contemporary, and I cannot wait to read this. I'm very behind on my book club, which kind of sucks because I'm the host of the book club and it makes sense for me to read the books. I need to prioritize that better. But I'm definitely going to read this one this month because A, short, and B, I have the audiobook from Libby. Like, my Libby account lets me check out like 50 books at a time, and I was like, oh my goodness, why didn't I realize this last year? Because that would have helped me out a whole lot last year. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to this since I do have the audiobook, and I hope everyone has a good old time with this one. It is this YA standalone novel too, so we don't have to wait for a sequel unless it gets very good reviews, and there might be a sequel because that sometimes happens with books and publishing company. But very excited for this. I cannot wait to see what's in store for this, and hopefully I'll fall in love with it like some of my people who have already read this book in my book club loved it. So if you want to join along with us, definitely do so, and we're going to discuss this book in our book club group chat at the end of August. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost there. The next book is another arc that I got sent to me from my friend Catherine. She went to Y'all West last year, and she got an amazing haul, and I was kind of jealous that she got all the ones that I wanted. So once she reads them, she sends them my way. She sent me the Do's and Donuts of Love back in June, and I still haven't read it yet, but again, it's on my TBR shelf. But she sent me A Multitude of Dreams by Mara Rutherford. I saw this cover got reviewed like end of last year, and I was like, oh, perfect fall read. The back of this says, the bloody plague is over and the survivors are finally safe, or so they think so. I think this is like an Edgar Allan Poe, yeah, it says a gothic fantasy YA retelling of Edgar Allan Poe's The Mask of the Red Death with a bloody twist, false identities, simmering romance, and an intriguingly sinister ravage world make for a suspense-filled story that readers will devoured. This comes out August 29th, so I definitely need to read this sooner rather than later, and hopefully I'll love this one. And if I do, I have like 2 other books by this author on my bookshelves, so if I do love this one, I'll definitely pick up her other books that I have. These next 3 books I got sent to me by one of my friends at karate. They are one of my friends, and they were just getting rid of books that they had, and I saw the 3 that I wanted, and these are all 3 middle grade books, so I was very excited for that. So the first one I got was one I actually haven't read yet, but I definitely wanted to for a while. I just never got a chance to like pick it up from my library, and that is The Traitor Game by Jennifer A. Nielsen. If you guys remember a while ago, I want to say like back when I first started my channel, oh my god, that sounded so like cliche of me. Back when I first started my channel, I read the False Prince trilogy by this author, and I absolutely loved it. I binge read that trilogy like there was no tomorrow. But this is another trilogy, I think. I'm not too sure how long this one is. Oh, is it a trilogy? Traitor's Game trilogy. Huh. I'll have to look it up on Goodreads. But I think this is a trilogy, so it is another trilogy that I've completed. Honestly, I just love this cover too. It's just so gorgeous with the gold and black. But yeah, this is a middle grade book that I haven't read yet, and hopefully I'll get around to it sometime soon. My books are gonna touch my fan here soon. That's how high the stack is. The next one I got is one that I have read, but I just wanted it in my collection. That way I can put it with my other books by this author. And that is Booked by Kim Wong Alexander. This is the middle grade novel that is written in verse. And in case you don't know what written in verse is, it's literally like poetry writing. So it just makes the book quicker. I've read this way back on my channel as well, and I absolutely loved it. I still remember the ending of this, of how it made me sob back in the day. And this came out in 2017, so like it's kind of old, but like it's still a good one if you love books about soccer and just books about identity and just coming of age story is what this is. So yeah, really excited to have this in my collection, and hopefully I'll get more of this author's work in my collection, because I read quite a few by him, but I never got around to buying them. So thank you, friend, for sending this my way. And the last one I got from the same friend, this one is a little damaged on the top, but I think it's just because of the way the paperback is, but that's okay. That is Miles Morales by Jason Reynolds. I am also a fan of Jason Reynolds' writing. Literally, I'm telling you guys, all these books I'm a fan of, which is why I bought them. But I have not seen any of the Miles Morales's movies yet, or TV shows, so I wanted to read the book before watching like the movie and the TV show. So I hear nothing but great things about this one. I know it's one I've been looking forward to reading, and again, nothing wrong with reading middle grade at the age of 24 or older, because they're always so fun and can always teach you guys, or at least they teach me a lesson. So cannot wait to read this. Again, hopefully I'll read this sometime soon, and if I don't, I'm gonna be so sad. So these next 4 books right here, I'm just gonna fly through these quickly because I talked about these in my weekly vlog, and I talked about these on my TikTok account. These are the 4 books plus One of Us is Back that I got at Barnes & Noble. So One of Us is Back is a book I got at Barnes & Noble. I also got Star Wars The High Republic Path of Vengeance by Kevin Scott. Gigantic book, and I cannot wait to read this because I hear this is people's favorite book of the Phase 2 series so far. So hopefully I'll love it as much as everybody else. I also got this one for $5 off, and that is Star Wars The High Republic Cataclysm by Lydia King. Right? Yeah, King. This is, like I said, $5 off. I was really happy that it was $5 off because that definitely helped me with my budgeting. But again, this is my next read for the High Republic, and actually I lied. This is my second to next read for the High Republic, because I have to read the Battle of Jeddah, because that's like an audiobook format only, I think, or it's actually a book. But yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully I'll get the Battle of Jeddah soon. That way I can just have all of them in my possession, and I could have another series to binge read. Speaking of Star Wars, I am hopefully going to read Star Wars Rise of the Red Blade, or Star Wars Inquisitors Rise of the Red Blade by Delilah S. Dawson. One of my most anticipated read of the year. This came out in the month of July as well, and as you can see, it's $5 off, and there's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. And the thing that makes this book exclusive is there's this creepy poster of the Inquisitor inside. So hopefully I'll hang that up soon, and then hopefully I'll read this one too, because it's kind of short for a Star Wars novel. And finally, I got a book I've been anticipating the whole year. I love this author's writing, and that is The Foxglove King by Hannah Whitten. This is the first book in a new trilogy, duology. Not sure how many books is going to be in this universe. The cover for book 2 is just absolutely gorgeous. That comes out in April of next year. So if I do read this one this year, I definitely have a long wait to wait for the sequel. But hopefully I'll love this one. I have a feeling this will be a 5-star read. And finally, to the last book in this book haul is my July Owl Crate book. If you have not got your July box yet, because sometimes they get shipped late, go ahead and skip to the end of the video. But the July Owl Crate book was Garden of the Curse by Katie Rose Poole. I have my Owl Crate unboxing. It should be up tomorrow, so hopefully it will be up by the time I post this video, and if it is, I'll leave it up above or down below. And this is a new book by this author. She was the author of There Will Come a Darkness trilogy, which I started that first book, but I haven't continued on with the actual series yet. So hopefully I will. So here is what the naked hardcover looks like. That's what it says on the front. On the back it says The Ballad of the Moon Thief, and there's a quote that says, "I fear if I'm not careful, you'll steal my heart too." That's what the back says. These are gorgeous purple, looks blue on camera, but it's purple edges. And then there's beautiful end pages right there. And then, it is an author letter on the inside. I love that Owl Crate has been doing that lately. And then of course it's signed by the author. And then there's also end papers on the back right here with a different scene from the book. And then finally, there is a beautiful artwork on the reversible desk jacket. So like, is that not pretty? I cannot wait to read this. This was on my most anticipated read list for the month of June, and so hopefully I'll like it. If I don't, I'm gonna be so sad because I think there's like enemies to lovers in here. So you guys know me, I've been loving enemies to lovers trope. So yeah, very excited for this, and this was the last book in the July book haul. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon. And without further ado, I'll talk to you down below. Oh, also, before I leave, I want to say thank you guys so much for the 1K on TikTok. Yay! I cannot wait. I have a video to say thank you to you guys, and there may or may not be a giveaway happening on my TikTok account, so go follow me on my TikTok so you can be entered into that giveaway. Once again, thank you guys so much for getting me to 1K, and now I can go live on TikTok. Anyways, I wanted to say that before I ended the video. Once again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll talk to you guys down in the comments below. Happy summer, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.